Weekend Live. How's it going? See if we get anybody in here. It's Saturday early evening. And it's time for the Weekend Live. We've got Nittany Lion, Daniel Adami, Stacey Jeffries, James Best. How you guys doing? Cousin Nit. And Bugatti, what's up? Glad you guys are enjoying the vlog that I actually put up. Got Daniel Nottingham, James Neal. So, Kevin, what's up? How are you? Hope all is well in your worlds. Sorry, YouTube's been screwing up. If I try to go to my channel, it gives me that on like my list of videos. So I'm not sure what's going on. It's been doing it on all my devices. So, Big Road Little Truck, Yukon, how's it going? CPAP. There we are. Just getting the chat up here just because I gotta mess with some stuff. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight? Yes, let's talk about the Lord of Snore. Man, you back home. That break-in must have been good exercise. Break-in run. Now, the reason why I'm home is because I booked a load for Friday. And I went to the shipper to pick up. And the shipper looked at me with funny looks, more than normal. And was like, you got to have this pickup number, that pickup number. So I called the broker. And their people talk to my people, talk to those people, and all that kind of thing. And that load wasn't going to load till Tuesday. They thought they had 2 orders, but they only had 1. So the broker sent me a new rate con for a truck order not used. And when I went to leave, I busted my red airline. I did a live feed on this yesterday. And getting that fixed and dealing with that, I was done for the day. Unless I wanted to go to Florida, Colorado, or out in the sticks there in Panhandle of Texas, or Southwest. There wasn't really much coming out Friday. And I already deadheaded 130 miles to get that load. So I didn't want to deadhead another 100 miles for something that just wasn't worth doing. So I booked a load for Monday and just went home. Starting again next week. So that's what happened. That's why I'm already home. I had planned on working this weekend, but because what I was going to do is I was going to do that load Thursday, today's Saturday. So I was going to do that load Friday, and then while doing that load, I was going to find something to get me out of here. If not, I was close to the house, so I could just come home. So it still would have been good, easy money. So Screaming Demon, the foot's better. There was a point last week, I think Wednesday, that I kind of wondered if there was something more going on with the foot. But for the most part, the bone is healing good. So that was my biggest concern. So I kept it. I've been keeping it short haul. I'm not going to do anything. I didn't want to do anything that was like 1,200 miles or anything like that. That way, if the leg was screwing up a little bit more, because of an infection or circulation or something, I didn't want to I didn't want to, be too far from the house. So McGee Films. I think I already said hi to you. As soon as you see that look, you know someone has no idea what's happening. LOL. You talk about? Oh yeah, poor communication. Glad you got something for your time. They're bad. Bad about the airline. Monday will be a nice fresh start. Yeah, I've got a load picking up at a shipper I'm very familiar with. And on the receiving side, a customer I'm very familiar with, and it puts me in a great prime area. I'll be in Illinois on Tuesday morning, so cheer up. I am cheerful. I'm just being serious. Keith James, what's up? But here's what happened though. That broker was extremely knowledgeable of their customer. They were extremely polite, and they did. I didn't even have to ask for the truck order not used. And there's like, well, sorry for sorry that we wasted your time. Sorry for the mistake. You'll be getting a new rate con, and there it is. Thank you, Easy and Sons. What's up? So, all in all, it wasn't a total loss. But the thing that hurt me more was the airline breaking, and having to deal with that. Yeah, I'd scream at him, and I would not hesitate to do a load for this broker again. If they had the same, like for example, if I wake up, let's say Monday morning and I didn't have a load, if I saw that same load, I would pick it up because I had no issues with, it was a good paying load for the amount of miles it was. So if if you do one of those a day, never leave the state of Missouri, there'd be a lot of net for that. So how did what happen, CPAP? My airline breaking? Learn about factoring here. Everybody's doing videos about factoring. Yukon, I haven't watched it yet. I know that we promote Thunder Funding. And I guess since everybody hates Woody for some reason, he says don't factor, so everybody's been kind of talking about that, and it's just, so I'm not sure where you're standing on that, Yukon. I'll watch it. So, airline. Okay, so the airline was my fault. So here's what happened. When I parked the truck before my injury, I was having an issue. I was backing into a very dark spot where the trailer was, and I noticed that my trailer lights were flickering. And Gary Compton did a video about how his pigtail was going out. So my ABS light would come on at times, then the ABS trailer light was on in the dash. And even though nothing was plugged in, and then I even unplugged the pigtail from the truck. I know Yukon. I don't follow Woody. I met him once in Joplin, said hey, and that's it. I mean, I have no opinion of the guy. So I guess I'm kind of indifferent, I'll watch a live feed every now and then of his, but that's about it. I mean, so it's just like anybody else out here. Some people have their opinions on how to run a business, and it's just another one of the other opinions, So, but anyways, so in order to prevent a possible issue like what Gary Compton, where he had to call a road call service to get him a pigtail, I just went and bought one at the TA. It was one of those swirly, I've got the straight lines for my truck. I've had them for 4 years. It's the first thing I bought when I bought my first truck. And but it's the 3-in-1 deal. So I didn't want to unravel the old pigtail, so I just like put it aside and I put like the end that goes into the truck, and my plugins are on the catwalk. I zip tied it to just one of the airlines there, and then the other end I just put in the holder, that you use when you bobtail. And I went all week like that, but then I made such a sharp turn at that old pigtail still being plugged in. Well, it stretched the red airline too much, and that's how it busted. So, but that's what happened. So it's my fault because I should have taken the time. Number one, I should have bought a straight pigtail, and number two, I should have taken the time to unravel the old one. So I've got an extra pigtail now because what I did is I went ahead and just, my pigtail being old and wanting rubber lines anyways, I went ahead and just bought a new 3-in-1 system. And my friend James, he came by. He happened to be driving by in his truck. He's a Snyder IC. And he helped me put it on. Well, I watched him. He basically did the work for me. And because he had the tools, that, I didn't have the crescent wrenches to put it on. And we just replaced the whole thing. So James, if you're watching, I definitely thank you. So, owe you dinner. So it was my fault. So, and the only thing I was out money wise was the price of the new 3-in-1 system. So yeah, yep, Salty Pirate. Let's see. Hey now, TK, what's up? Just watch your Periscope replays. Yeah, I was on Periscope a couple of times this week. Food Mooch doesn't like RVT. Again, I don't follow RVT. So, I only buy the rubber airlines now. The others seem to break away too easy after some use. Yeah, the vinyl lines, man, I don't like them at all. The first time I experienced the rubber airlines was when Transland put me in a brand new 660. And never had an issue with them. The vinyl hoses tend to break in the cold. Like when it's really cold, they tend to be brittle. So rubber airlines is the way to go. Benjamin Duke says, what is good information in his circle of business model? He says he's doing well. Like anything, he's reaching his goals, doing his thing. If you don't like it, that's your issue, not his. There you go, Benjamin Duke. I have no issue with what he's doing, how he's doing it. He's more successful than I am. He's running a trucking company. I'm just a driver running my own truck. So those plastic airlines are junk, especially in cold weather. Yep, they snap like twigs. The vids of his I've watched, he seems like an alright fella, but it seems like some don't care for him. Guys, when you're a YouTuber, there's a lot of people that are on both sides of the fence. There's a lot of people that, like in my world, I'm a smaller channel compared to like Jeff, Woody, Jay Cannell, Lil Dog, Ike, Matt, all those guys. My channel is small. And you're going to have haters. No matter what you do, no matter what kind of videos you do, you're going to have thumbs down. You're going to have haters. And not everybody's going to agree with you. Just like if you're at the truck stop counter at the TA or Petro or at the diner, not everybody's going to agree with you. That's the thing. So truck drivers can't agree with each other anyways. So to put yourself on YouTube, Woody handles his business different than Jeff. Jeff handles his business different than other people. And, it's just like Lil Dog. He just got a W9. Some people saying it's a great move. Some people saying it's a bad move. But you know where I stand on it? I don't care. Because what Will does with his business and his truck does not affect me. If he's happy and he's making money, I don't care. That's great. Because what he does not affect me. So, like, everybody's mad about RBT, charging people. It does not affect me. If people see the need to give him money for the advice that he wants to give, then that's their prerogative. And in the end, it does not matter to me because it has nothing to do with my world. As SoCal said, stay in your lane, But that's the thing with YouTube. We give our public opinions on things, and therefore,
I'm important. My opinion matters.
right? She just said, so we are. I just don't care. I follow the people that I follow, and it entertains me, but I don't get emotionally involved in any of these people. I really don't. Some are frustrating to watch. Sometimes they put out bad information, or what I might consider bad information, but again, that's just perspective.
Amaya's folks are on their way.
Okay. So, do you think that any of these YouTubers care about what I say? I don't think RBT watches me. And if he did, I probably wouldn't have anything interesting for him. I know that the bigger guys like Will and Matt and Ike, they'll step in every now and then. But it's not like they get emotionally involved in anything I'm doing. Cannell knows who I am. He's talked about me a couple of times. Trucker's coach, he does his thing, and if any of these guys are on a subject that doesn't interest me or kind of makes me go, oh man, what are you talking about? I don't comment. I don't say anything because you know why? My opinion doesn't matter to these people, and you have to have a thick skin to have YouTube. So, thank you, Salty Pirate. The sun messes up those plastics more than the cold weakens the crap out of them. I agree. There are reasons to factor, also bad reasons to factor. Good, they invoice you, get your money, you don't extend credit to broker, credit checks and brokers. Bad is all the worth. Percentage for above. Jeff has talked about it repeatedly about the advantages of factoring, and you got to factor with the right people. You got to factor with the right companies. And all it takes is one broker to not pay you a $2,000 or $3,000 load that that percentage changes. But see, I'm not an expert at factoring. I know that Thunder Funding does the factoring for like trucking, and you know what? I've always got my money, and I'm happy with my money that I'm getting. So, that's it. That's my only knowledge of factoring is because I haven't researched it. I haven't looked into it. When Jeff was looking for a factoring company, he would call me and say, hey, I'm looking at this and this and this, and what's your opinion? And, this is why I'm doing this, and this is why I'm thinking about that, and this is why I'm talking to these people. And it turns out that he created a great relationship with Thunder Funding. So, what's wrong with that? And he's running the company, so he doesn't want to, can you imagine running 6 trucks with all the different brokers and all the different 1099s that would create? It'd be a nightmare. So I'm glad that Jeff has streamlined it and he's with a funding company that he trusts and he has a good relationship with. So what is so negative about that? So that's they're and they're not ripping us off. They're not ripping Jeff off, and so I don't get it. Jeff is doing well, and we're getting paid on time, and Thunder Funding is a big part of that. And if you guys watch any of Matt's videos, they took care of Like Trucking pretty decently. So, Right, Screaming Demon, I agree. Thank you, Maria. What everybody else doesn't affect my paycheck. There you go, CPAP. Natas, what's up? Worry about your own house. There you go, cousin it. Okay, so Jeff gets out good information, but you know what the other entertaining channels are to me? I still watch Lil Dog, I still watch Lil Guy, I still watch Ike Stevens, and I don't watch everything that they do, but I watch enough. But the really entertaining channels is Little Viking Coach, CPAP. He does these live feeds that basically just talks about his day. Pale Rider TV, everybody knows I'm friends with him. And, and he does the vlogs and he stays out of everybody's business. He's just doing his own thing. And you have Steve Berger, who's doing the vlog style stuff now. You have McGee Films, that's doing a little bit of the vlog and the videos and stuff like that. And, then Cannell, he does everything under the sun. So, Cannell does product reviews, truck reviews. Here's an incident that happened. I'm here in the hospital. He shares his life. He shares a lot of his personal, aspects of his life, And these are the channels that entertain me. Christian Trucker, he's another one. So what's funny is I uploaded a vlog this morning, and when I first put the footage up, it was like an hour and a half long. And I trimmed and I trimmed and I trimmed and I trimmed and I sped this up and added this music and got it down to 16 minutes. And I still thought nobody's going to watch this. But yet I'm getting a lot of positive reviews for it because people want to see the day in and day out of the trucking stuff. Is it as exciting as some of the other stuff that goes on the other channels? No. But you guys have to remember that there's a lot of people that can't drive trucks or don't drive trucks that are living vicariously through YouTubers. So they like the vlog stuff. They like the driving footage. They like the driving to music stuff. Look at James Best. He did a whole video about who he follows, and he loves the music driving, going down the road stuff. Dollar Bill, Big Rig Bill, it's the same way. Captain Jim, he talks about how he loves the music stuff. Does the music stuff do as good as my live feeds or as my vlogs? No. Because it's usually a specific sound music that isn't the most popular. So, Daniel Nottingham has a channel. Is the percent the factor a company kept free you up to make or work to keep you more money in other areas? What would you pay someone to do the same work as an employee? You will lose time or money or both. Right, Benjamin Duke. And we're not going to have a discussion about factoring. I know that the advantages of the factoring are working for me, and that I'm glad that Jeff does it. So, Ralph Reynolds, it's better. It's good. And and we got to give Little Viking Coach credit. The sandwich that he ate in the trucking exec parody video is enough to give people a heart attack. I think Little Viking Coach needs to take a trip to Amarillo and go to the Big Texan and try that steak challenge. I think he would do all right. Any of you all watch Super Trucker Dan, the Mercer flatbed guy? I used to, Big Row, but what's funny, guys, is that if somebody has too many, like if my notifications are constantly going off with one's videos, it tends to get lost in the shuffle. So if you go live so many times a day, or if you're up constantly uploading videos, I tend to you get lost in the shuffle and I forget that you have videos. So and that's where Super Trucking Dan came in. I watched a couple of his videos, but he's a flatbedder, and there's so much stuff in my feed that kind of I finally unsubscribed. Nothing against him personally, but I didn't want the stuff that I was more interested in to get lost in the shuffle. So if that makes any sense. Where you guys get health coverage? Stacy Jeffries, that's completely up to each independent contractor. We get health insurance through my wife's employment. So I don't know what the other guys do. Makes sense, right? Think about going flatbed thoughts, McGee Films? Well, McGee, the person to talk to would be Billy, because he had a Snyder Finance. He was a Snyder IC with the Snyder Finance truck, and he took his truck over to Mercer and became a flatbedder. So that's all I could say. I mean, if you're wanting to, I would think that you would want training in flatbed. Do you have any training in flatbed? Do you have any experience in flatbed? Because if not, that might be an issue. Nothing wrong with flatbed. Just have to know it's a little more work than it's in a van, tarping, strapping, chaining, psychics, right? Screaming even, I agree with you. Okay, so you've done flatbed. Well, if you've done flatbed, then, and you want to do the work and you got the money for the equipment, to get started with the chains and the straps and everything, I'd say go for it, because right now the flatbed rates are just insane. The ratio, the load, the truck ratio in the open market for flatbed, it's just crazy. So, but you'd want to buy a headache rack. You'd want to buy tarp. You're going to have to buy tarps. You're going to have to buy chains. You're going to need it. There's a lot of equipment to buy. So, that's something to consider. That's my only opinion of that. Yeah, Super Trucker Dan's flatbed driver. Yeah, Big Rig Billy, I believe, he was a Mercer guy. 14 months flat with TMC, 2000 and 2001. Y'all can have it. I hated it, says Big Road. Yeah, Pale Rider, I believe, he talked about being a flatbedder at one point. He hated it. Never throw your old tarps, cut them, use them up to patch your newer tarps if they get a hole or tear. Training flatbed is fast, about the same as dock sitting. Tarping sucks, but after a few tricks it goes fast. Equipment about $2,800. So it's a lot of money. A lot of money to make a switch. I'm sure it'll pay it off. Sure it'll pay off, but it ain't gonna be cheap. That's for sure. Then you're basically gonna be relearning the open market again, because I'm sure when you were a flatbedder, you weren't on the open market like you are now. I heard you need higher rates in flatbed because it's hard to find backhauls. Again, Little Viking Coach, I don't know much about flatbed. Harold Huffman in the house. What's up? Oh, thank you, Jonathan. I knew the metalheads in my feed would appreciate the shirt. So anyways, when it comes to YouTube, I just do my thing. I don't get upset about anything anymore. There's a few channels I used to watch that used to irritate me, and now I just shut it off. Just like Facebook, man. When all the politics and stuff was going on, I just unfollow, 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 unfollow. That's all I do. Flatbed is everywhere. I do flatbed. Spot market. It's not hard this time of year. So McGee Films. I guess your biggest roadblock would be your biggest hurdle would be buying the equipment. So Maria Lynn, yeah, talks about the tarps freezing. Yep. I can never be a flatbedder. So that's just flatbed, refrigerated freight. That's just two things I'm not into. Yes, do they pay better than dry van? Yes, they do. Can I make more money? Yes, I could. But that's an extra investment in equipment I don't want to take, an extra investment in time I don't want to deal with. So, but see, someone's watching my channel right now going, Steve, you don't know what you're talking about. Flatbed is awesome, or refrigerated freight is the way you need to go. You're wrong, I'm right, blah, 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 blah. So you can't make everyone happy. If you're going to use their trailer, it ain't so bad, but if you plan the lease trailer, it ain't cheap. All right, Salty Pirate. Yeah, I thought I'd do this live feed a little bit earlier than I normally do on Saturday night. So, but LOL, take November to March off. Not really the gross is higher, not the what. It's the net counts. Now, I do know this. I know there are guys at Landstar that were making good money, and they owned a flatbed trailer and a dry van trailer. So when flatbed wasn't doing well, they just dropped it and started running the dry van. So to have that kind of versatility, that's probably the best scenario, is when you can do both. Especially if you're in the open market. If you have a particular broker that has both kind of freight, and you just pick the one that makes you the most money. Going both is the way to go if you had to do that. They pay more per mile, but the reefer takes a lot of time to load and unload, right? Lost time equals lost revenue, plus cargo claims and more chance to reject the load. Right, Harold. That's why I won't do the watermelon, pumpkin, or Christmas tree loads, because it's basically produce. Do I watch Rudy? I'm subscribed to Rudy. It's hard for me to watch an entire video because they're so long. But Rudy's a nice guy. He and Pale Rider and I hung out at GATS last year, and he's a nice guy. And he had some footage of me and put me on his channel or whatever. And we hung out, and it was cool. Again, he gets lost in the shuffle because he's not uploading, all the time. So if I get 20 notifications at a time, his might get lost in the shuffle. So I watch every now and then, just like Indiana Jack. It's the same way. So, and when it comes to actual trucking vlogs, the main ones I watch is Pale Rider, Burger, the other guys when they're doing regular vlogs. Like I like Ike's Flower Power vlogs. Those are cool because it's something different. It's something interesting. Benjamin Duke, yeah, on the trailer, I'm about done paying for flatbed, looking to buy a van in December. Am I going to try to go to GATS? Yes. Yes, I will. Getting to Texas is extremely easy from here. Last year I was with Schneider, and it was so awesome because I delivered there off of Mountain Creek Parkway, bobtailed to the OC, got a shower, got my truck washed there at the Blue Beacon right next door, and then head to the lot, bobtail. It was awesome. So I met up with Harold there. I met up with Russ Maynard. I met up with TK. I met up with Pale Rider. Um, Rudy. Met all the YouTubers down there. Hung out with all the big guys. All the big guys. Mark State, Jay Cannell, Ike Stevens, Matt, Will, and then Big Yeti, I think, was there. Um, I just UConn was there. Billy was there. I mean, it just everybody was there. So, to be honest, it's what you enjoy doing and how you work your niche, trailer choice market. You keep at it till you find your market it could go under, right? You met up with me, Marie and Lynn. Were you in the Kenworth next to me? Is that who you are? Because I was parked next to a Canadian flatbedder. Was that you? So, but yes, I'm trying to get the GATs. And, it was fun. And this time I'll have better shoes, so I'll be able to get around a little bit better. Rue and I just met up this weekend at Truck World 2018 in Ontario, Canada. We'll have some good stuff. I met up with you at Truckers Find a Mile. Oh, okay, okay. So, but we're already at 36 minutes, man. It doesn't even seem like it. That vlog I posted today, I have to work on my editing. Uh, there's a little trick when you're using a GoPro. You got to give yourself a little bit of time before you start the clip and a little bit of time after you end the clip, because I kept cutting myself off when I put in the transitions. So that's kind of the you know that's that's kind of the learning curve, I guess. But anything else you guys want to talk about? No, I don't have a Volvo. I have a Kenworth. It was good. I drove a Volvo like 8 years ago, 6 years ago. Somebody's coming over. Oh no.
It's okay.
By the way, this is tea, not coffee.
Hello, thank you so much for watching her. How are you? Good.
Next truck I'd like to have.
Oh my word, yes. No, we did. No kids for like 24 hours, I'm telling you.
I know. I like my 680. You know,
Hi, Ro. How are you?
the big hooded trucks like W9s or the Peterbilt 379s.
I have a funny story.
I know, Amaya said personally.
Yeah, that's good.
So every holiday, we posters.
They're nice and all, but not for me. So, like I said, I'm pretty happy with my 680. The truck that I like the most is the one that won't put me on the side of the road. I like to have a cab over though. St. Louis looks like good air for Monday. That's cool, Daniel. I'm
If I do this,
it'll die down here from the noise guys. So
Take care. Have a good day.
all right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Your beard looks good. His beard looks good, doesn't it? I love it.
thanks.
Steve can't grow past, like, he gets this little patch right here, and then here, and then this.
Don't let the cat out.
Stops at a certain length. So I was like, Just cut it. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have to always have long beer.
Right.
Not everybody can do it.
Alright, take care, guys.
Take care.
Okay, let's go back here. How's the trailer doing? Are you up on the maintaining? Yeah, Benjamin Duke, I need to get a little bit more revenue and it needs an alignment. But so far the trailer is doing okay. In the vlog I talk about no damage to my trailer. There was actually a little bit, the bulkhead received a couple of dents from the freight slipping forward. And but nothing major, so
Since we didn't get to go camping.
I live about 150 miles from freight lanes. That's a concern of mine going in and out of the house. What do you think? Stacy Jeffries, where do you live at? If you know, I'd be curious. Your new trailer looked darn good in your vlog, clean and bright white. Big Road, my truck and trailer both need a wash, like desperately. And every time I even think about getting a wash, it looks like rain. Screaming demon. Go for the best maintenance costs and miles per gallon improvement. Spread is the new shampoo. It makes it shiny. Cab over? I'd love to have a cab over just to mess around with. I'm sure there's plenty there in Texas there, Daniel. Will Burke, I heard your trailer is a lease purchase. No, it's a full purchase, Will Burke. Jeff and Gear Grabber have lease purchases, I believe. But no, I bought this. Center of Texas, 150 miles southwest of Fort Worth. So, like, what's that? Yeah, that's... Yeah, I can see what you're saying. The best thing I would do is I would try to 10-day trial of the 123 low board, or find somebody with that board access so you can look at the freight coming out of the area. That would be my guess. That way, you know, because as long as you're getting paid to get back, I mean, as long as you're getting paid enough, that 150-mile deadhead is not really that bad. But at the same time, like when I look for freight out of here, there's a lot of freight coming out of Springfield. There's a lot of freight coming out of Joplin, Neosho. 150-mile radius puts me in a lot of good areas. But like if you have 150 plus whatever else is out there, that could be a problem. So Stacy, I would try to look at, see if you could get access to low boards to see what's coming in and out of the area. That would be my guess. There you go, Big Road, K100. So that's what my dad drove back in the day. He had that and he had a Peterbilt 362. Brownwood, Texas. You know, I saw a logo in the Brownwood Friday. As a matter of fact. I mean, it's just one load out of, hundreds that were in the area. So, but I feel you, man. I feel you. So, that's a tough decision. A lot of people that want to become owner-operators, you have to look at what freight's in your area, because if you live in a dead-end area, it's more of a challenge to get home and to get out of there. I would hate to, I've never had that problem living where I live. So the cab over there in the sales papers, 5 to 8K running. How well and how long are totally different issue, right? Finding parts is probably not easy either. Actually took OE from Pennsylvania to Brownwood once. LOL, yeah. Yeah. and what you could do is you could find the brokers that have the freight that go in and out of that area of Texas and see what they have and how often it comes up. Right, Big Road. It would just be like a show truck or that kind of thing. Take it once a year to Joplin Truck Show and be done with it. But I'm not mechanically inclined, so taking care of it would be a challenge for me. So. My brother keeps telling me to sell the house and move to Indiana. Now, Stacy, if you did that, Indiana is an excellent place to live for freight. I mean, you've got like Indianapolis, you got the I-70 corridor right there. So, hey Shane, what's up? So, it's but who wants to move, right? It just depends on how much of hit you want to take every time you go home, how often you want to go home, that kind of thing. If you're wanting to be home every weekend, that's going to be more of a challenge. Lots of steel coming out of Indiana, right? What trailer you need for your area? South Carolina is a saturation of reefer and van. I about lost my house, so I went flatbed, doing better. A lot more to learn on business management. Yeah, it's all trial and error, guys. It's all trial and error. Put yourself in a position that you can recover from the mistakes. Daniel Adami says everybody subscribe to Shane. He just started his YouTube channel. All right, Daniel Adami. Let me click on Shane here. I got my tablet here. Go to channel. There we go. Subscribe. And I click the bell. There you go. We'll try it. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Now, in my vlog, I don't know if you guys caught it, but these are the weights from the shipper I picked up in Kentucky. And I went ahead and cat scaled it, just in case they're on-site scales, because they're probably not as well maintained. They really weren't that far off. It was 11,840 to 11,520. The drives were 32,860 and 32,320 for the cat scale. Then the trailer was 33,200 on the cat scale, and theirs was 33,280. So it wasn't too far off. This showed 300 pounds less than what the shipper had it. So that's not bad at all. When's the next band meet? I don't know. We're not quite where I could stand for a full half an hour, 45 minutes for band practice, so we're not practicing right now. Screaming even, that's funny. Nope. Anyways, we'll cut it short unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss the vlog that I put up. If you guys want to discuss the lumberyard video I did, I do the music videos for my own entertainment. I just try to pick the right video to the right song, and that's something I've done even with my old channel. So that was pretty much the only thing I did with my old channel. So, and my old channel's still out there. Just type in the search Snorelord's old channel and you'll find it. You'll see a much skinnier, prettier me. I'm glad you like the music, Maria. The music I used in this morning's vlog was a combination of Apnea. A guy named Willie Wardlaw supplied music for one of the songs. A band called Query Verum and a band called Gorgatron. And ironically, the Gorgatron was one that got me the Hey, you use copyright material email that I get from YouTube, so I can't monetize. Stacy Jeffries says, yeah, my wife retired. Healthcare could cost me as much as 10 to 15K. That sucks too. I'll be honest with you guys. If it wasn't for the income and the healthcare that we have, the second income that my wife provides in this family, I don't know if I'd be doing really well right now. So that's tough. The healthcare aspect is tough. So I know Stacy Jeffries, you know what? I know what I first started driving a school bus, and what it was is half the school bus drivers were students, and the other half, like college students, the other half were retired Teamster truck drivers. In other words, these guys work for Roadway and Yellow, and if you collect a pension, you can only work for a public transportation, which is public schools. And they literally only did that job for the health care. They weren't really there for the money. They just did it for the health care. So that could become important. So Philip Stringer, have a great day. Thank you. That's the thing. If you're an owner-operator, you're down, you're out of pocket, you're sick, you're out of pocket, stack the cash in them rainy days. That's exactly what I just went through. Daniel Adami wants to promote his Zello channel, which I've been to one time. Go listen to Two Keto Dudes podcast. They are very entertaining and help with their health episodes on this website. Yep. All right. Thank you, Little Viking Coach. Mr. I just ate, half a cow in one sitting. Teamster sounds rigged labor. No, my I've got a relative that is a retired roadway driver, and he's doing pretty good. So back in the day, that was a good Mega Meat Mountain. Yep. Did I ever meet Dre from EMIP TV? Yes, I did. I met him, and it was funny. I was periscoping from the Indy Snyder Yard, and I saw him pull in. I recognized him, and I told Jeff, hey, Dre's here. He's like, oh, I'll text him to tell you to go find you. And he did. He walked up to my truck, and he even did a live feed right after we talking about truck payments. But Dre's a cool guy. What you see on the video is what you get. He's another YouTuber that I followed with no problem because he was just so full of life, And him and his girlfriend cracked me up, and they just have a positive channel. So for the record, that's all he ate for 2 days, Little Mike Coach. I believe it. No matter how much my job can suck, it's the health insurance that keeps me there, right, Cousin It? You are not alone in that venture. He and I were co-drivers for like 12 years. Coolest studio over me. Oh, that's cool. Big road. That's cool. So we'll take this to an hour, guys, and we'll end it. You got that Canadian healthcare, Maria. Yeah, well, that's a huge, huge issue here in America. The problem with the Obamacare is it didn't solve the initial problem that makes healthcare high. It's just the insurance companies rule this country. Okay. The insurance companies determine who lives, who dies, who can grow companies, who can't. They determine if you can drive a car. They determine, what kind of car you drive. If you're a 21-year-old that wants to buy a new Camaro, forget it. you won't be able to afford the insurance. Health insurance companies literally have the life in your hands. You know, they can make or break you. And Obamacare didn't solve that issue. And any other healthcare plan that the government comes up with in America is not going to solve that issue. The insurance companies rule this country. That's it. They rule everything, you know. The insurance companies will never let the government have universal health care. They make too much money off of it, and lobbyists have enough cash to throw at politicians. We're all screwed. Right. Screaming even, I agree. Stacy, my brother pays $2.99 a month for one of those MediShare companies. That's for 2 people. I might do that. Yeah, there's some affordable stuff out there, guys. That's. I used to have, when I was younger, before my wife and I got together, I used to have a really awesome healthcare. And as the years progressed, you know, it seems like if you have an awesome plan, it changed, and they nickel and dime you. They changed, you know, nickel and dime you, changed, you know. So well, guys, this live feed's done. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the positive comments that you guys leave. And so, you know, everybody enjoy everybody else's YouTube. It's just YouTube, man. There's nothing to get upset about. There's nothing to get angry about. Just, if it makes you angry, just shut it off. You know, I bet you half the guys that watch YouTubers that just completely annoy them don't run with their CB radios on because there's just too much crap, so I just turn it off, or I don't put one in my truck. Well, YouTube's nothing but a big CB radio, so if there's something you don't like, turn it off. That's my opinion. If you don't like me or my channel, don't watch. So, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I can't please everybody. And if you and I have talked on the phone and I haven't called you in a minute, or if I don't call you back for a couple of days, don't get offended, because number 1, I'm busy. Number 2, I'm forgetful. I'm really forgetful. So don't take it personally when I can't return a phone call. So all right, Stacy. Good luck in what you decide. And, you know, we'll be back to work Monday. So, all right, guys, take it easy. See you.